Anfernee Simons just got traded to the Chicago Bulls for Nikola Vucevic. Both teams also exchanging second-round draft picks. And this is a bittersweet one for me, y'all. This is a bittersweet one. As far as Anfernee Simons is concerned, the Celtics got him in the Drew Holiday trade over the offseason. And there was always kind of a back and forth question. Is he going to be able to fit into this team, even without a Jason Tatum on the team? Is he going to be able to meld his scoring into the system that Joe Mazzulla already has going on? Is he going to play defense? And honestly, Anfernee Simons at this point in the season has answered all of those questions. It started off a little bit rocky, and even though he has a good relationship with Joe Mazzulla wasn't always giving him the minutes that he needs within the rotation. Even on nights where Peyton Pritchard isn't playing as well. So there was always that kind of back and forth thought in the back of my mind, like, is he doing this because he knows that Ant isn't going to be on the team by next year? And from the moment that they got Anfernee Simons, it was kind of always said that, you know, he might get traded. He might get traded, ducking the luxury tax, getting under the first apron. You know what I'm saying? And with this move, the Celtics do get under the first apron, and they're very close to being away from that luxury tax, which the luxury tax, if you're in the repeater, is actually a killer of a lot of teams. So because they're only like $6 million over or something like that now, I could see it be a possibility where they continue to get fully under the luxury tax deal. But talking about Nikola Vucevic as a player, man, yo, Vuce gets a bad rep because of, I guess mainly because of his rim protection. He's not the best rim protector, but he has actually grown to be like a solid defender. When it comes to his offensive production, he's averaging about 17 points per game, 10 rebounds, 4 assists. Underrated passer. He's always been an underrated passer in my opinion. Could shoot out to the three-point line. All things that Joe Mazzulla definitely loves. Plus, the rebounding is something that the Celtics really need compared to a Jaren Jackson Jr., who they also had interest in. I think that the amount that they would have had to give up for Jaren Jackson probably was the reason why Brad Stevens didn't pull the trigger on that. But Danny Ainge said that he would. Yeah. So if you didn't see my review on that, I just talked about the Jaren Jackson trade. It should be up on my page right now. Looking at this from the Chicago Bulls perspective, they trade their 35-year-old big man for a 26-year-old young scoring guard. Honestly, that's kind of a no-brainer for them. Both are expiring contracts. Each team can decide whether or not to bring back these players in the offseason. This clears the way for the Celtics to potentially make other trades because now they don't have to deal with the first apron penalties. And for the Bulls, it's clear that they're really trying to build around their young core now and get rid of all these other tertiary pieces that have kind of been holding the Bulls up over the last few years. It's exciting times in Chicago, I'm sure. It's exciting times in Boston, even though I'm not in Boston. I'm a Boston Celtics fan. And yeah, this team is going to be kind of cool to watch in the playoffs. They've already been exceeding expectations for the season. Vucevic definitely bolsters their front court, although their bench scoring is kind of scaring me a bit now without any Anfernee Simons. But we're going to have to see. We'll also have to keep an eye on if Jason Tatum ends up coming back this season. It's been up in the air. Will he, won't he? It seemed like he was. Now it seems like he isn't. But if he sees them really, really making a cool push for the playoffs, maybe this will change his mind. But honestly, get well soon. Stay home. Take all the time you need. Don't come back early if you don't have to. But yeah, as far as if I'm giving a quick grade to each team in this trade, when it comes to the Bulls, over the last few years, they've been trying to get 2 first-round picks out of them. So using that as the barometer, you know, Anfernee Simons wasn't getting 2 first-round picks out of anybody either. So I honestly think this is probably like a B- for them, because if they had traded him years ago, they definitely could have got those 2 firsts probably, or at least 1, which they're not getting in this trade. And for the Celtics, I'm going to go ahead and give them a B. I honestly wanted them, if they were going to trade Anfernee Simons, for it to be for a big like a Zubats, or, you know, I guess in a bigger trade for a player, maybe not Jaren Jackson specifically, but for a tier above where Vucevic is. The more that I think about it, the more it makes sense. Yes, he's a little bit older. He's 35 years old. Actually, now that I say it, that's pretty old as far as basketball terms are concerned. If they're just looking in the short term and potentially the short long term afterwards, then it makes sense. He fills the rebounding need. He fills the scoring out to the three-point line. He's just an all-around good guy that you could have in the locker room as well. It's going to be fun to see how the rest of this trade deadline shakes out and the rest of this NBA season shakes out. So the playoffs are going to be really fun. Let's see if Giannis gets traded next or Ja Morant. More videos to come. Like the video, subscribe.